Hey there, Divine Masculine, and anybody who identifies as a Divine Masculine. Welcome to the flow. My name is AZMARi. As I said earlier, this is going to be a reading intended for all my Divine Masculine, but as you know, we all have divine masculine and feminine energies within us all. So take everything how it resonates and leave the rest behind. Alrighty, let's get into these. What does divine masculine need to know? Keep in mind that if you are interested in checking out any of our soul farming tools, you can check out the website links down below. And remember that our Astro Motion calendars are up on the website as well for you to check out for March. They're gonna stay there until the last day of March when I'm going to upload the April calendars. So stay tuned for that, right? Cool. Alrighty, Divine Masculine. Just be patient with me as I put out the cards, put down the cards. So as I'm shuffling, like, I just feel this feeling of like being everywhere and everything all at once to everybody. Oh, wow. Take that as a message. Like, you can only be in certain places at certain times. I feel like with the phone falling down like flat, like either some of you are like super exhausted and you just need to take time to rest, or you need to stop doing that, like being everything and everyone to being everything to everyone and every person, if that makes any sense. I feel like the divine masculines are learning how to stop being people pleasers, right? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Just realizing that yes, you were taught how to be providers and you were taught how to, take the role of helping everybody out, but you can't help people if you have an empty cup, right? And also just realizing like who exactly is the right person or people to help. We have the Queen of Cups at the back of the deck, Nine of Wands, Tower, Seven of Swords. Seven of Wands. Okay, so let's start with this energy, background energy. Okay, let's do 2 by 2 because there are a lot of cards. So we have the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Wands. So, divine masculines, I feel like you are learning how to have boundaries from the divine feminine side of you, or you may be learning how to have proper boundaries from a divine feminine. This could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio woman. It doesn't have to be, it could just be you, your feminine side, like learning how to nurture yourself and how to have boundaries. As I said earlier, like learning when you need to stop helping certain people and learning that, giving is also something that requires equality, right? So if you give to somebody, somebody should give back to you, like pour back into you equally. And so you're being able to discern, like, those type of situations and circumstances, right? Then we have the Tower and the Seven of Wands. Again, like just realizing like there are some people who are not meant to be around you in your circle, and you're learning how to just defend yourself, right? But also, I'm getting, this is a whole other message, that you're learning how to also like tear down your walls for the right people. So you may have gone through certain situations in the past where you had to have your walls up and you had to be defensive, but I feel like either you're coming into a situation where, you met this Queen of Cups energy who's teaching you how to have the right boundaries, and you're learning through meeting that person that you can tear down your walls with them, right? or they are learning that. So just note, with every reading that I do, the energies could be about you or about people in your vicinity. So just take it how it resonates, because you know your life the best, right? Alrighty, so let's get into your cards. Um, we have the Eight of Wands and the Empress card. So, okay. I feel like a lot of you want to communicate something to somebody that you feel embodies Empress energy. Somebody who has their shit together, excuse my French. Somebody who is loving, nurturing, caring, very independent. Um, Somebody who just exudes that like motherly, nurturing, beautiful type of energy. Even if she doesn't exude the whole mothering energy, she exudes the vibe of like an empress. And an empress is like has the energy of all the queens put together. You know, this is somebody that you can't compare to somebody else. So yeah, maybe you may be communicating with this person, or they may be communicating with you. It's a two-way street, right? Okay. Or you may be also, you know, having a lot of conversations with your mother this week, or mother figures in your life. Here's my trusty High Priestess card for those of you who are confused or new to my channel. I use Monopoly cards for my Nine of Pentacles and my High Priestess card. It's a long story, but just flow with me. Alrighty, so it's so interesting though. Note that this says Empire, right? Exactly what I was talking about. You may be, and these are both Pisces cards, right? So you may be in a situation where you're dealing with somebody that you feel like you can build an empire with, or you're learning how to use your intuition, right? You're learning how to use your intuition and just tap into those divine feminine energies and learn how to see things from a different perspective. Look at the hangman, right? He's hanging upside down. He may be in a situation which, people feel like a dire, is dire, excuse me, and but they're using their intuition in order to get them through, right? So basically, this may be you as well. You may be in a situation where you feel like not your hands are tied, but your leg is tied to the situation. Excuse me as I sip some of my tea. Yes, you may be in a situation where you're learning how to use your intuition so that you can be able to navigate any of the life situations you're going through now, which I feel like what I was saying earlier in the beginning, the way you're dealing with like a lot of people who are just like, it's funny because I can hear the crows like really going at it outside there, and that's giving me like vulture energy. It's like people are circling around you, and you're learning like to discern like who's the real friends, who are the real people around me, like who are the people who I should be pouring back into, are there just people who are just there, as I said earlier, like let me sip my tea, who are there to just, only come to you for like when they need you, but then like behind your back they talk all sorts of nonsense, um, that's what I'm feeling. It's so weird, but that's what I'm feeling. Just learning what friendships to pour into and which ones to not pour into, right? Um, we have the Magician and Justice. So there we are again. That's you manifesting justice for yourself, because now you're starting to be able to discern what true equal give and take is like, and not necessarily like what you may have been programmed to. So like I know like with the male archetype in our society, you're told like you're the one who has to help like set up, um anything, like if things are not going well in the house, or if anything needs a repair, you're the go-to person. But then like you're never able to go to those people for any of your needs, you know. You may not be a needy person, but like you're just starting to realize like who exactly is on my team and who isn't, you know. And so you may also have Gemini and Libra strongly in your chart, or you may be dealing with a Gemini and Libra as well. Other signs I see prominent here are Taurus, Pisces, and Sagittarius. So take that as it fits. You may be dealing with those people in your life, doesn't have to be. But the main thing here is that you're realizing how to bring in justice for yourself by following your intuition, right? So, divine masculine, because of then now evaluating your surroundings, evaluating who's really in your corner and who really isn't, you're deciding to move away from all people, places, and things that are trying to take advantage of your king energy. The king of wands is somebody who's like super ambitious. He has all of his stuff together. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but it's just the embodiment. It's an archetype. It's just an image to show you what your soul wants you to know at this point. So there's what I was talking about, being able to discern who are the people I need to keep in my corner and who are the people that I need to get away from, right? Some of you might be contemplating like moving from where you are to another place, but it doesn't have to be. For me, the strongest energy coming with that Six of Swords is just moving away from all people, places, and things that don't serve you, right? And look what happens after you choose to make that decision. It's so interesting because this card, I keep pointing out, you see this man here, like falling off the wheel of fortune. This is you coming together with your divine feminine energy, like your equal counterpart. And as we always say on this channel, it's as within, so without, right? So once you do that within, you start to now see it manifesting on the outside, in the outside world. And so with judgment energy, um, I feel like that's you coming to full clarity of mind, like you being able to see things as they are and not as people present them to be, and choosing to go with the flow and just keep choosing like what's the best for you, you know, like what is going to bring you that happiness that you want. You know, some of you want this type of like family dynamic, you know, maybe some of you just want to have a partner in crime. It depends, like it really depends. It could even be business wise, you know, so just take it where it resonates and where it fits. But I really love this energy for you, divine masculine. I feel like the cards are repeating a message. Like some of you might have been in a relationship where, you know, you were constantly injured. For a lot of you, it was like financially, you were in relationships with people who just constantly wanted to drain you financially. And, you know, would put up this image as like, oh, but you're, you know, you're the patriarch of the family, or you're the person we depend on, and like giving you sob stories of like, oh, but like, you know, I'm going through this and through that. But yes, there are people going through those things, but you're learning which people that genuinely need help and which people that are just there to just siphon from you for no reason. Because there are some people who ask for things from you and then, you know, the money isn't used accordingly, or it's not used for, what do I say? It's not used for purposes that would elevate a person, so to speak. Um, yeah, that's what I want to say mostly. Others of you, you may have been in relationships which were just damaging, just point blank, period. You may be even choosing to get out of a relationship that is just draining you. That's just being honest. So, a lot of you with the Nine of Pentacles, this is my Nine of Pentacles card, you're taking a risk, right? With the Hierophant, you're taking a risk to either go towards somebody else that you feel like is showing you the value, you know, that you put in, because you know money isn't necessarily the only type of value that you can give a person. Maybe you've met somebody who's giving you value, with regards to your spirituality, because the Hierophant represents God. It also can represent religion and showing you different perspectives, being able to take a risk on, having new beliefs, being able to take a risk on being in a new relationship, because with the Hierophant, that's also relationships. It could be marriage. Maybe some of you are taking a risk to get a divorce. Maybe some of you are taking a risk to marry somebody. Maybe some of you are taking a risk to leave the job that because the Hierophant represents all types of institutions. Maybe you've been at a job where you feel like, okay, it's a great job. It's giving me this amount of money, but like, I just feel like I'm getting that song of mine. Sorry, before I like as I cut my own self off. Um, you might also have that behavior of cutting yourself off or cutting up. Sorry, the video cut off, but like I was saying, there's a song of mine called Sleeping Beauty, and there's a verse, because Sleeping Beauty, I did it as the perspective of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. There's a verse where I go, my life's been on loop. Who keeps hitting repeat? I'll spare you the deets, right? So some of you feel like you've been going through like a cycle, like a loop cycle, where your life is just like this boring routine of like the same things week in, week out, week in, week out, and you feel like you want more, right? You feel like there needs to be more to life, and you feel like either you've met somebody who is showing you that, or you have been able to do the inner work and integrate with the divine feminine within you, and therefore been able to teach yourself that yes, there is better ways for me to go about life. There are better ways that I can go about moving in life, because you may think that I feel like you've been operating on that cycle for, because like with Judgment and the Hierophant, like you've realized that like yes, you may love your family, you may love your job or whatever. Well, not love. You may have like you may be grateful for whatever you have. You're enjoying what you're going through with your family, or your job, institutions, anything. But you're realizing that for true happiness, sometimes that you need to just go for like what truly makes you happy and against the grain. So that whole loop has taught you that things go on a cycle if you don't learn. Excuse me. There we go. Another message. Phone falling, sneezing. I feel like you're purging things that you thought were another sneeze that you thought were the truth, that you thought were applicable for your life, that you thought were your life story, and so you're deciding to chase your bliss. Okay, so I'm going to keep it there because I feel like I'm about to have a sneezing fit from I don't know where. Excuse me. So, divine masculine, that's a sign for you to purge, remove everything that is not meant to be in your body, in your system. So, check out your health, check out your abundance mindset. I feel like that's what you're doing, and that's why it's leading you to this bliss. Like you're on your path to bliss, and that's super great. That's amazing. If you want to book a personal reading, you can feel free. You can feel free. I feel like some of you, like your words are just like mixing up. Maybe you're about to approach a woman and you don't know what to say. Ooh. Anyway, or also, by the way, apologies. You may be a woman trying to approach another woman, or a man trying to approach another man. Who I feel like I don't even know what to say. Message. Maybe that's you and the energy that you're in. So I'm gonna leave that with you, divine masculine. Whether you're a woman or a man, or you're transgender, whoever identifies as the divine masculine, this reading was for you. If you want a personal, that's what I was trying to say. If you want a personal reading, more tailored to your situation, more in-depth, you can feel free to book a session down below. I'm gonna go right now before I just continue rambling on. So thank you for watching, and namaste.